Hello everybody, Happy New Year. I finally figured out how to do it. Apparently you have to change the setting every time you go live, so it's not something that's like a default setting. But how is everyone doing? How's your, what is this, Thursday? How's your Thursday? How's your New Year starting off? Did anyone do anything fun for the holiday? Go anywhere? Also, I promise I will be more active on YouTube this year. I just took like a break last year towards the end of the year. Just to reset and do all the things. Well, I saw family too, but mostly just chill. Have you all done like some goal setting for the year yet? Like vision board, vision planning type of things? Ooh, that's good. Glad to hear. Red Nappy Summer. I have to work on mine. I have like an idea of some things, but I haven't like really took the time to do all the things fully. So that's something I'll work on this week and probably next week as well. I don't want to like rush it. Oh, you did some intention setting. That's good, Mystical High Priestess. I love that. Sorry, I'm trying to clip this hangnail. That is why I'm pretty silent. But I might just have to ignore it. Nope, I'm not gonna ignore it. It's not within my power to do that. But anyway, I'm so happy everyone's doing well and got some goals set for the year. May you achieve those goals smoothly, easily, and just gracefully as much as possible. All right, give me like 2 seconds and then we'll get started with our reading. Alrighty, so let's get started with Red Nappy Summer. So I'm gonna just start with that first question that I see, and then I'll go to your other one. So, what's up with you and Bill? Love, sex, has it been a few years? Okay, let's see. What's up with Red Nappy Summer and Bill? That literally like flew on the floor. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Graduate, and then the King of Wands, and the Page of Cups. It seems like when the Eight of Cups came out and when I put it on the table, I heard Spirit just say leave it, like leave it. And then the next card being the Graduate, it gives this vibe of like maybe right now there isn't anything to come of it, like in terms of the love and the sex. Because even with the Page of Cups, it's like this vibe of, yeah, there could be an offer, but it's going to be small. It just seems like there's like a shift with this energy with this person. And I feel like Spirit is kind of wanting to leave its energy like back in 2023, back in whatever year it was, when you all were connected, just because there's honestly, it's just a shift in this energy of this reading. And it's just like the question, the person that you asked about. And I feel like there's just saying like the vibe isn't there anymore. Like not saying like, oh, in the physical realm, like there's no vibe between you all, but it's more so like, Spirit is not a fan of this situation, this energy with this person right now. So just kind of leave it as is. Let's see if I can pull a card about why, if there's a why. We got the Judgment card, and that's, giving me this energy of like, there's honestly this shift. And even within that, it just feels temporary. So it's like, is it even worth exploring it now at this point? I know it's kind of like how you can really want something so bad, and the moment you get it, you realize like, it ain't all that, or it wasn't even worth all of that I put into it. So I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to like basically avoid you from getting to that place where you do have it, or you are intimate and all the things, and then when you get to that point, it's like, maybe I don't really want to be with this person, maybe I don't really want this experience with this person as much as I thought I did. So it's like, let's just avoid it altogether. So that's what I get with that question. So now let's go to your higher self question, or higher self for 2024. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Cups. Five of Swords. And then the Empress. I like how the Empress kind of knocked this Five of Swords. And it's interesting because the message that I was getting from this card would make sense why the Empress knocked it the way a little bit. So I'm going to start with that, honestly. So the message that I was getting from the Five of Swords was this energy of, honestly, like you being the one that stabs yourself in the back. So kind of like, self-doubt, self-fear, that being the cause of that stabbing one in the back type of energy. And so the Empress knocked it out the way, because she's like, when you get to my level, when you get into my Empress mindset, you're not going to be thinking that way. You're not going to be doubting things. You're not going to be playing the victim and like sitting in the victim mindset mentality all the time. You're literally just going to knock that out to the side, because it doesn't matter. Because in the end, you get what you want. You get what you've been working towards. You get what you have put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in for. But you have to literally keep the eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the end game. And it feels like your higher self is saying to stop sweating. I'm channeling what she's saying. She's saying stop sweating the shit that doesn't matter. And that is literally small compared to everything else that you really want. Right? And I know it can be easier said than done, because like if you're stressed out about stuff happening and being paid or things coming through for you, of course it's going to be frustrating, because you're like, I live in this physical world. Of course I'm nervous, of course I'm worrying, but it's like you have to have such a level of confidence where things just work out, and you know they're going to work out, even if it don't even seem possible to you in that exact moment. But having that level of faith and confidence is really what your higher self has been trying to push you into for the longest. And I feel like what she's saying here is that, yes, you might have moments where you have faith and you have confidence, but it's not consistent enough. Like, let's just imaginarily say that there's 100 days of the year. She's saying maybe 35 of those days of the year you have that mindset, the confidence and the faith. But the other 65 you don't, which takes over the majority. Versus saying, okay, Red Nappy Summer has that mindset, confidence 85% of the time. And there's 15 days of the year that, she doesn't really feel it or believe it. But the 85% takes over, and that's eventually going to, kind of eat up those 15 days to where it's like, okay, the next year you get to 86 days where you're feeling that way. Then it slowly gets to 87, so that's one of the biggest things, like spirit, your higher self is saying to you. And for some reason, I'm hearing like wind chimes. And so I feel like you either going to a place where they have wind chimes, like, people hang outside their windows or outside their doors. Like even just going to a place where you can just listen to it, or you can listen to it on, YouTube or something. That would be nice. But like kind of listening to that while just talking to your higher self about how you're feeling, but also to like to get you to what can she do in this moment to guide you to get to where she is right now. And really listen to your body, listen to how you're feeling, the way you're breathing, like all of that, because she's here to guide you. And I'm hearing her say she's tired of you missing the mark. Like I'm hearing her being frustrated with you, and it's out of love. It's not like out of like, being mean or anything. It's just like out of love, because she's like, you're so close, and she wants you to believe in everything that you want more than what you're giving it. And I'm also hearing her say it doesn't have to be as hard as you make it to be. And that's something too that can go with a mindset too, where it's like if we think something is going to be hard, it will be. Like if someone, before they start a class, it's, they say, oh, I suck at math, I'm not good at math, and they take a math class, they're more than likely not going to do well in math class, because they already think it's hard and they already think they're going to suck at it. So no matter what the math class is about, they're going to find it difficult because they already believed it to be. So That is what I have for that. All right, Red Nappy Summer. That is what I have for you. I hope that helped a little bit. Hey, Betty B. Happy New Year. Hello, hello, hello. I will add you to the list. No, you're not going to hire a male escort. All right, let me add. Okay. And I'll add. Of course, if I'm missing anyone, let me know. Okay, Liz, you're up next. Alrighty, Liz. You would like to know what's in store with your new connection with Jay. Oh, you can't stop smiling. You got it. Let's see. I was about to call you sweetie. I don't know if he calls you sweetie or not, but I was about to call you sweetie. Okay. So let's get some tarot and then we'll do the charms and letters. What's coming up next? And she's smiling and laughing in this card, and you said you can't stop smiling. Two of Wands, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Okay. I like the story that it's painting. And I like how there's two of Wands and the three of Wands, and you know what comes after that, the Four of Wands. So it definitely seems like there's progress with this connection with this person. I do see some traveling coming up for y'all this year. Definitely getting the vibe of it. I don't know why I hear Mexico for some reason. I hear Mexico could be the location, the destination that you all go to for the year at some point. I do see you know what? I'm going to say it. I usually don't say things like this, but Spirit wants me to share it, so I will. It seems like this connection, this relationship is going to lead to engagement. Like it's at a good start right now, and I feel like keeping the level of confidence that you have about yourself and the love that you have for yourself is one of the things that allows it to progress kind of quickly, if that makes sense. And it's not saying like, oh, if people don't love themselves or feel confident about themselves, they could never be engaged or anything like that. But there's just this level of love and respect that you have for yourself and that you'll continue to grow over over time, that strengthens this connection because they're going to show up matching that energy, right? So think about it. If someone sees you not caring about, where you, like how you treat your personal items, either they're not going to care about it either, or they're going to be disrespectful as well to it because you show that you don't care. So I feel like the way that you carry yourself, they are matching that even more. And it makes them want to show up better for themselves too, right? And I feel like you all complement each other very well. So that's nice. So yeah, I do see big travel this year, and I hear overseas too. So it might be Mexico for like the first trip. Y'all see how things go, and then you move on to like an overseas type of thing. All right, now let's do the charms and letters. I'm almost done. All right, the first word they want me to spell is ace, which is one, but they also want me to spell peace, so I'm going to keep it as peace. So I'm hearing like first, so maybe this is a first, something first here. This connection, first and something. Okay. We have ego, and then we have TF, which is twin flame. So I feel like your twin's ego is definitely in the mix of where they're like upset, flustered, just because they can tell that you have moved on and that you are in a happy connection with someone else. And, it is what it is. They can deal with it on their own time. Like, no one's going to be waiting around for a twin to do anything and figure out their life. And so they're just going to have to get over it. I feel like Tiff is Tiffany's, like Tiffany's and Company. And it's funny too, because it matches like the blue. So you could get a gift from that place, whether, it is a ring or if it's just like a pretty sentiment of, like their love and their appreciation for you from Tiffany and Company. We have Wire, and immediately I think Chaka Khan sings the song Through the Wire. I don't know the lyrics all the way, but I think it's Chaka Khan that sings that song. I could be wrong. But if you have a chance, look up the lyrics to Through the Wire. I don't know. I feel like it's more so from this newer person, I think you said it was Jay, from that person. We have GM, I heard good morning. So maybe you all exchange really beautiful good morning messages, or you just really look forward to hearing from them in the morning. We have Quit, and then at first the word was quiet, and then Spirit also wanted me to spell quiet, but then they said no, use vowels. And so oh yeah, I'm gonna speak about toe in a minute. But going back to the quit and then the voice, I feel like Spirit is just saying, don't feel like you ever have to be quiet or that you can't speak up for yourself. This is just in life in general. This has nothing to do with just the relationship. But never silence your voice when you're ready to talk. Like, speak up. We have you. So like, you are your biggest cheerleader. You are your biggest friend. You are your biggest, in a way, like lover, right? And so being all of that and more to yourself as much as you can, because you live with yourself every day, right? And regardless if we have a partner or not, we deal with ourselves 24 hours a day, right? And so being kind to ourselves, loving ourselves, being understanding, all of the different things is important for you to keep in mind. So for toe, I heard them say, just dip your toe in the water. And there might be something you've been thinking about trying, but you've been hesitant about, and Spirit is saying, just dip your toe in the water. Just dip your toe in the water, see how it feels. If you like the way it feels, if the temperature's okay, go a little further. If you're not a fan of it, you don't have to, submerge yourself into the water. But don't just jump into something immediately. Like, take baby steps to get comfortable with it. Okay, for the charms, we have, I didn't do this part. So we have ring, obviously a ring. We talked about that. We have woman. So I feel like what they're saying here is that you're in this new space of womanhood this year. And maybe even with this person, you feel more feminine. You feel like you can really tap into that femininity even more. And then we also have time. And so maybe this is also a thing that you've been thinking about, just like, when am I going to have kids? When would I get married? And so knowing that time is on your side, and even if it feels like, oh, you hit this deadline already, or you're at an age where, oh, what if my eggs aren't as fertile, blah, blah, blah. Like, timing will always be on your side, and things will be fine. So don't even like worry about it as much. Okay, so we have smile is the same language, same in all languages. I remember you mentioning smiling a lot, so that just shows you you're happy. She's even smiling in this charm. She's like giggling and smiling. She's playing tennis. It's just like a happy little bunny. We have faith. We have dolphin, which is about communication, but also like freedom. We have the stars, so making that wish up. And as I say freedom, we have freedom. And then we have by staying strong in your convictions, you will prevail. All right. That kind of reminds me too of like, not quitting, being a woman of your word, not losing sight of that. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Liz. I hope that resonated with you. Hey Rosalie, Happy New Year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey honey little cool. All right, up next is It's Me Lee. Okay. Channel messages from R to me, and the question: what major exciting things are to come in me and R's connection? Let's see. All right. It's me, Lee. And her person R. We have I can't lie, I'm missing you. I want to be the reason you smile. You are truly something special. I adore you. I love you. I want to taste you. And then let's get one more, and then we'll channel some. You have been in my dreams lately. Okay, so I feel like this person wants to say that they are sorry, that they apologize, especially with the I can't lie, I'm missing you card coming out first. I'm hearing them say that their happy things are getting better, but they can tell that there's still some work that needs to be done. And even though, of course, you all are still connected and still, communicating, they still feel like they miss you. So maybe you might not talk as much, or you can, like you can get in an argument with somebody and like you might say, oh, you forget that person, you might as make up, but there's still like that little edge, there's still like a little tension. So I feel like that's what it is that they're feeling. Like, I know we're not 100% there yet, but I still miss you. I still, want to be around you. I can't even lie. They're missing like how things were in the very beginning, but they know that with anything comes trial and error. With anything, worth fighting for, there are going to be moments where, you're tested by different things. And that's a good thing, because then it lets you know that you can manage being in a partnership. Because a lot of times people get excited about the romantic things, but it's like, how do you all handle conflict? How do you all resolve that, right? How do you get back to a level of good communication with one another versus, oh, we're just gonna brush it under the rug and not communicate or not say anything, if that makes sense, right? I also hear them say that they appreciate your honesty and your bluntness at times, even when they're not ready to hear it or want to hear it. Like, you are somebody that calls them out on things, and it's good, but you also do it in a way that's, pretty respectful, and it allows them to see it, right? I'm hearing them just say honestly that they love you and that they are really grateful for this connection, for this, relationship that you all have together. I feel like what they're saying with this I want to taste you, it's not even like on a sexual thing. It's more so like, I want to continue to enjoy you and learn more about you. Like, imagine yourself, trying out this delicious pastry, this just delicious dessert, and there's something in there that you can taste, but you can't put your finger on, like, what's that extra ingredient? What is giving it this type of taste? And I feel like that's the representation of what this person feels. It's like, you are this incredible person. They just want to continue to unfold and unravel all the different things that makes you you, because you're just amazing. You're really an interesting person to them. And of course, like, you've been in my dreams lately. They're just sharing that you've been on their mind like a lot, and they can't get you off their mind, even if they wanted to, which is, a thing that they don't want to do. They don't want to not have you on their mind. Let's just say that. Like, they want to think about you. So it was really pretty. And it was like very light energy. It wasn't heavy. It wasn't hard to channel. Very clear minded. I like that about this person. Okay, now let's get into your next question. What is to come next of this connection for the year? Actually, let's do these. Hey, Tammy T. Yep, the list is still open. Happy New Year. We have stability. We have self-love. We have date night. Ooh, bottom of the deck, we have commitment. Oh my gosh, Jaded Kate. Hello. It's been so long. Welcome, welcome, welcome. King of Swords. The Devil. And then the King of... Oh, no. Knight of Swords, the Devil, and then the King of Swords. I guess I was foreshadowing that card to come out. So in terms of what's coming up next for you all, definitely is a lot of excitement, a lot of good fun. When I saw the Devil come out, I immediately heard Spirit say, this is good fun, not bad, nothing bad, nothing to worry about. So good fun here, a lot of intimacy, maybe even like, some being intimate in like, different places, like balconies, showers, like just really exploring and having fun with your connection. The stability and the commitment just shows me that this year is really going to solidify this relationship further. So whether it is a game plan or like, okay, all bets are on, we're getting engaged next year. Like, you have that conversation, you meet the family, whatever it is that makes sense for your relationship, that's what happens before the actual commitment of the proposal or moving in. Like, there's some big commitment that's going to be discussed this year, which will lead you into next year, if that makes sense. So like, if you're deciding like, oh, let's move in together, y'all talk about it this year, then y'all find a place next year, and then boom, you move in together. Or it's like, okay, we want to get married within the next couple of years, the engagement, things like that. A lot of like courting, dating happening this year. I feel like with the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords, this shows me that someone, him, he's in a space where he's ready to make that final decision of like, all right, I'm ready to propose. I'm ready to take it to the next level. Because I feel like when the King of Swords shows up, he is decisive. He knows exactly what it is, what he wants, no BS. And the Knight of Swords is like figuring it out, kind of going out there swiftly, but still strong-minded, strong-willed, and certain, like, I know which direction I'm going into. And this is great because it also shows too that no matter if there ever is a distraction, whether it's like self-doubt, other people trying to play in their mind or in your mind, you all know exactly what you want. Right? So it's also important too with this self-love card that both of you continue to practice self-love and get rid of any doubt that might still linger just from past relationships, right? Because there might be moments where things can go smoothly and then something happens and you just get triggered. And then it starts triggering other things. So it's like making sure if you ever do get triggered, or if they ever do get triggered, there are resources, there are, things that you all can do to get yourself back grounded, to get yourself back into a stable mindset, a stable place of feeling and emotion, to where doubts and fears are not taking over. So that's what I got for you. So I hope that all resonated. Alrighty, so let's add J to K, Red Nappy Summer again. I think Tammy T's gonna donate. Oh, we gotta add Rosalie. So let me. You're welcome. Alright, so Rosalie. J to K, and okay. Oh, did I add Honey Lyrical? Yep, okay, you're on there. If I'm missing you on the list, let me know. Okay. Alrighty, Andrea, you are up next. And we're going to do the 20B for you. 20B, past life backstories. Let's see. Let's do these. We have engagement, blind spot, memories. Page of Wands and Four of Cups. Okay. Past life backstories. The first thing I heard Spirit say was that you all were together, you and your twin, in this past life. You were obviously engaged, but some manipulative woman, like, she switched out your engagement ring. So if it was a real, it was your ring was a real diamond. She switched out to something fake. Number one, and apparently this ring, like, whatever material it was made of, or she did something to make it hazardous to you. And I am seeing that it made you very ill. You wore the ring, and like, imagine if it was like some toxic chemical in it. It's obviously getting into your body. So over time, you're getting sick, you're getting ill. People don't know what's wrong with you. And then unfortunately, you passed away first in this particular past life story with you and your twin. And it seems that also people thought your twin was the reason for it, because you just like randomly, passed away all of a sudden when you were healthy. This is a very interesting past life twin backstory. Just putting that out there. So that's the first part of it. Whoever this woman was in this particular past life, she was like a conjurer of sorts, of just being wicked. Like, she wanted things to be a certain way. Like, not only did she interfere with like your relationship with your twin, but she interfered with other people's relationships. And I feel like she just had a history of like not having the best relationships. So she just kind of took that energy out on others who found love and just try to break them up. But your twin loved you in this past life, of course, because they proposed and you all were set to be together. But this manipulative woman energy just got in the way of it, and others as well too. And I'm gonna pull a card. So the card that I pulled, so the question I had was, how does this past life backstory and this woman's energy like affect current things with your twins? So we got the Chariot. So I feel like with this, it's saying that it's interesting because it was like I heard this like villain voice saying, "I'm coming," like she's on her way. And it's not saying like, oh, she's trying to kill you off in this lifetime per se, but more so like if I can get a chance to get to you or your person to keep y'all apart, I'm going to get there. So the idea of this is to always want to be protective of your energy and of your connection, but also to knowing into being that what's yours will always be yours, to the point where even if it feels like something is happening that's a little off, don't panic, don't freak out, right? Because the moment you do, it's like you sink. So think about it. If you're in the water, you start freaking out, your muscles are going to become tense, and then you're going to start sinking. You're going to drown, right? The idea is that if you can remain as calm as possible, you will stay afloat and you will be fine. And when I'm seeing like you in this water and like this energy, like that woman's energy is like very, very far away, but you see her and you're like starting to panic, and spirit is like, don't panic, because then she'll know where you are, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm thinking of this is really good. This is a good story. I'm loving it. I'm loving like how they're giving me these examples. If you ever seen Hocus Pocus, remember in with the spell book when they said like keep it closed or whatever, and then the moment that it opened, that bright light came out of it, and that's how they knew where the book was located. That's literally what they're saying with this reference of like you being in this water. Don't freak out, because the moment, it's like she senses fear, she senses doubt, she senses insecurity. That's what she uses to, find the next victim, if that makes sense. And so the more confident you are about things, and even if there are moments, of course we're going to have moments where we're insecure about something, but it's like you don't let that take over, your way of life, because that's what this energy wants, right? And if you're able to figure out what you have to work on, even if it's just like one thing, like, okay, when you meet someone, it goes well for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden it changes. And because you have experienced that multiple times, that's a fear that you end up having every time you meet somebody. And so that takes over. So like getting to the root of that fear. Why do I have that fear? Oh, because I kept experiencing for X, Y, and Z. Okay, what led me to start feeling that way? Oh, because I think they would start talking to other people, which is an insecurity that you might have within yourself. Like maybe you're not good enough for them to stay around long enough. So you see how like it gets deeper and deeper. So whatever it is, that fear or that doubt, whatever it is, figure it out, nip it in the bud, work through it, and she won't find you. We won't say she, but this energy won't find you and like try to take over your thinking. This was really interesting. Very unique. I love when people get these readings because no twin flame backstory is ever the same. Like ever. I can literally tell you every reading I've done has been completely different. That was probably the most unique one. One of the most unique ones. Okay, so then the next part of your reading is current energy and blockages. All right, we have dominance and passion. Very interesting because both of these are like kind of intimate vibes. The bottom of the deck is karmic cycles. See, it's kind of fitting that theme. And so not letting the karmic energies, beliefs, that type of thing, like the doubt, the insecurities, those type of things take over, be the dominating forces within your life, being the dominant thoughts within your mindset, right? And focusing on what is bringing you joy, what brings you like that passion, right? So if it's like, if you're saying to yourself, I know I deserve love and that I am capable of having the most healthiest relationship ever, and that's what you believe, and you know that for a fact, but you hear other people around you like, oh, all women cheat, all men cheat, blah, 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 blah. All the little things people be saying and whatever, because they're stuck in that mindset of like, they can't experience anything good. That is going to take over the thinking. But if you have a thought that, the best of the best is only that you get to experience in this lifetime, that's what's going to dominate your thinking, your life. So it's either you let your passion, your goals, what you want, or the negativity, the negative Nancy's, all that stuff take over. So that's like the current energy blockages. So it's not necessarily saying like there's blockages fully, but more so there's this thin line that you tend to experience where it's between karmic energies and like your higher stuff energies, and not letting it shouldn't be thin. Let's put it that way. It shouldn't even be thin. It should be to the point where higher stuff is so up there, karmic energies are so below, like they can't even like see each other type of thing. So that's what I have for that. And then potential outcomes. So we got confusion. It was funny because Spirit flipped it, then they put it back over, but then Spirit was like, take it, but move it, keep it this way. We have freedom, we have self-love, and then we have stability. So I feel like what they're saying here, basically kind of like what we repeated earlier, if you let karmic energies, confusion, insecurities, whatever it is, take over, it stops you, it delays your path, right? In the terms of you getting to this space of full stability, self-love, commitment, in the essence of freedom. So imagine like she's walking on her journey, but then confusion is like, nope. It's pushing you further away from the stability. It's pushing you further away from like truly loving stuff and knowing that you're worthy of the greatness and of all the wonderful things that you want in life. So the moment you take confusion out of the equation, you have all these things. You have your freedom, you have your stability, you have self-love, right? And that goes with in terms of this connection of this union is that the more you practice being grounded in your thinking of what you want and what you know that you are supposed to have in life and experience, the more freedom you have, because then you're not afraid to think beyond the surface, right? And this is just this, I feel like this is connected to your life just in general outside of love. Like the more security you have in yourself and what you love, the more options you have, right? You don't limit yourself to one idea. You go through all of them. You try it all because you're not afraid. Even if you quote unquote fail, you know that, oh, I can get right back up and try anything else if I wanted to. And I love that. All right. And then now we do the mini love notes. Just going to shuffle those up. We have, what do you want from this love? I remember the good times that we shared. There is some toxic stuff I have to release. So that was that toxic karmic energy we're picking up. So both of you could be releasing some things. I don't want to take you for granted or misuse you. I feel you in my heart. Beautiful. And then we have hurry up. That doesn't necessarily mean like your twin is saying that, but that could just be the energy of both of you. Just like, hurry up. I'm ready for us to be together. Ready for us to, get this thing on the road. I keep thinking just stop. So yeah, hurry up. Stop thinking and just do is what Spirit is saying. Oh, and the last card they wanted to say was, I know that we're not perfect, but we are perfect for each other. Alrighty, my dear. That is what I have for you. That was a really interesting story, I will say. Okay. Up next, you're welcome, is Mystical High Priestess. And I'm going to close the list after Red Nappy Summer. So Tammy T, if you donated, I will add you as well. And I think you did already. Or somebody did. A Life of Sundays. Alrighty. Happy New Year. A Life of Sundays. I don't know why it won't let me pin it again. For some reason, I can't pin my own message. If somebody could copy and paste my last message I made so I can pin it, that would be great. For some reason, I can't pin my message. Okay. Life of Sundays. You're on the list now. Yep, you can have a follow-up question, honey little. Okay. Channel love message from Neo, and then Deluxe Ancestral Reading. Let's see, what do we want to do first? Let's do the ancestral first. All right, ancestral reading for Mystical High Priestess. We have the Polaroid. We have the Fool, and then we have the Sun. We'll take them all. Spirit wants me to take them all. We have Divine Timing, Fertility, Communication, Divine Masculine, Endings and Beginnings, and then 32 Flavors. And then let's get you the actual ancestral messages. We have multiple streams of income are coming your way. Premature announcements attract evil or negative energy. Keep some things to yourself. You are our answer prayer. Write, pick up that pen and write. And then your ascension is here. You are leveling up. It might be challenging, but you will get through it. Okay. A lot of beautiful messages here for you. Turn to your ancestral reading. So let's start with, honestly, the bottom up. So one, multiple streams of income are coming in for you this year. So whether you start something on your own or people are just naturally being generous to you in different ways, paying for things for you, you getting extensions on things. Like I see like a random moment where you're just like shocked. That actually happened to me last year, for example. I don't know why, but it happened. But I got a month paid free for my car note, which is probably unheard of, and I don't even like, I have like, when I say I have no idea how it happened, why it happened, whatever, but that happened. There have been times, I might have shared this before in a live. I don't know if you've been around since then, but I mentioned when I was in college, there were a couple of semesters that I got paid, or my tuition was paid in full. Like towards the beginning of the semester. Like if I had a balance for whatever, $4,000, $5,000, it got paid just randomly, right? So I feel like that's what's going to happen for you this year. Random moments of just monetary gifts coming towards you, which is beautiful because you don't expect it. And I think too, because you don't even know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, that's going to be the joy of it. So you won't have a lot of resistance to it coming in, because when you don't know when these blessings are coming in, you're not going to be as reluctant to something happening for you. So be open and willing to receive the blessings. Also, to know that blessings can come into things like, you can get something for free, like someone pays for your dinner for free, or you don't have to pay for it, or you're gifted something. Like you might buy something, but they say like, oh, you can have this other full bottle size of perfume as well. And you're like, okay, sure. So think of it in that way. But the premature announcements attracting evil, that can attract evil and negative energy, be mindful of like certain moments. You don't always have to show things. You don't always have to tell things on social media or with other people. Like you can keep some of your great moments to yourself, honestly. Doesn't mean you have to keep everything to yourself, but like there are certain things Spirit wants you to keep to yourself because it's precious to your group, your spirit tribe, more than anything. There's going to be some things that you're going to have to take note of and like really be intentional about. So write down certain thoughts or certain, signs that you keep experiencing and seeing, because it's important for you to level up. And it's also important because it's giving you the answers. It's like a cheat code in a sense. I feel that Spirit also wants to let you know that this is a year for you to get ready to birth something. I'm hearing them say like, stop playing it safe, get ready to boss up and just do it as well. I'm also hearing them say like a lot of beautiful memories will be created this year and next year. And it is going to be these 2 years are going to be probably one of the best couple of years in your life. And it's all about how you choose to walk into them. Right? So if you set the tone for the year to be amazing and great, and you literally walk that walk every single day, you wake up with that intention, everything is going to be great and amazing today. Even if it feels like it might be a little ugly, keep having faith and hope, because there's a lot of sunshine here with this sun. We have the divine masculine here as well too, so there could be an energy of you meeting your counterpart or getting to a space where you're with your counterpart, with the person of your dreams or the person, your ideal partner in life. Is something that I pick up here too. A lot of diversity in terms of opportunities and options for you for the next couple of years. So whatever it is that you've been wanting to do and needing to do, you will have like an array of opportunities to pick from. Is what I see mostly. So this is your deluxe ancestral reading, and then let's go to the other one, which was Channel Love Message from Neo. Justice, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. I feel like Neo wants to say that he apologized if he's been working too much and not spend enough time with you, or like talking to you or focusing on you or the connection as much. It's something that I'm picking up here. Or even just maybe apology in advance. If things are starting to pick up for him soon, or like there's just a high demand and need for his attention, and he might have to shift it on those things for a moment, and it might feel like you're being neglected or not getting enough attention. So like I feel like they're apologizing in advance more than anything. And they're figuring out that balance of like how do I do this? How do I do the things I got to do for work and for my life and all the other things, and still pour into this connection, pour into this person, And even if you feel like, oh, we haven't really been connecting that much anyway, it's like that is something that they're trying to figure out just in general. I feel like they want to say to you too that they're ready to create more memories with you, and they're tired of the ones that they have of you, if that makes sense. Like, not in a bad way, but it's like, okay, I want us to take another trip. Like, imagine if you only took one trip with a person and you loved that trip, it was amazing, you have the pictures and you're always looking at them and you're like, man, when are we gonna go on our next trip? That's what they feel like. That excitement, that anticipation, like, when is our next trip? I'm ready for our next trip. I'm ready to see them again in this way. There's a lot of love for you here that they want to share with you. Like, they love you deeply. I'm hearing them say that they love you inside out. There's something about your midsection that you might have an insecurity about, but they're saying that they love that about you. They love that even if you don't like it. So let's say you're like, oh, I don't like that. My stomach looks this way, or I have this scar, or I have this mole, whatever it is. Like, you don't like it, but they love it. And it doesn't bother them. It's something that I'm hearing them say as well. I'm hearing them say that they miss you. They just like miss you, miss your scent. They miss the essence of you. It's very bold. Your presence is bold. So when it's not around, it like their life shifts in a way. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's like you're that piece of thread that keeps it all together. And it's like the moment you are gone or there's a disconnect, something feels off. Like it affects other things along the way. What else? I'm hearing them say they can't wait to go to sleep because they'll dream about you. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Alrighty. I think that was it. Let me see. It was, yep, Deluxe Ancestral Reading and Channel Message. Alright, so that is what I got for you, my dear. I hope that resonated with you and you enjoyed it. You're welcome. Alrighty. And then up next is Honeylytical. I don't know why I can't pin my messages. Okay, Honeylytical. Let's start with this second one since it's right here. How am I evolving? Who am I becoming in 2024? Ooh, we have the Magician. I like it already. We have the World, we have the Fool, and then we have the Polaroid. I love it. You are definitely stepping into your power and realizing that you literally have the world in your hands, meaning you get to create the life that you want to experience. You get to create the type of relationships you want to be in. You get to create the type of jobs that you want to, have. You are the magician of all of this. Point blank, period. Maybe in the past you didn't know that. Maybe in the past you knew it, but you only use a little bit of your power. You're stepping more into your power and stepping it up a notch, like fully to the point where you like, I'm seeing you literally positioned just like this and you saying, I own this bitch. Like literally I see you sitting that way and saying that. And that's the mindset, that's the energy you want to have. Like you want to feel so empowered, so in tune with everything. And in order to get to that space, you have to really believe that you can have it all and then some, right? And you can't be afraid of thinking that way. You can't be afraid of going big. You can't believe that you can't have those type of things. Like if you feel like if you think that you know, one day I'm gonna drive an Aston Martin. If that's what you believe that you're gonna drive one day, then so damn be it. That's what you're gonna drive one day. That's just like a tangible example. But the idea of that, and there might be people around like, oh, you think you can have that car? That car is really expensive. The gas is going to be crazy. It's going to cost a lot of money to fix those type of cars. Blah, blah, blah. Like those type of people, you don't want them around you. Like you don't need people, you know, trying to downplay your dream or your vision. It's the difference between someone downplaying your dream and vision versus being proud of you, pouring life into you, but also being, I want to say a voice of reason, but like, I don't know, like if you said, I'm gonna move to France one day, and like, you know, they're excited for you and everything. They're like, okay, but make sure, you know, you got X, Y, and Z ready to go. Cause I know that might be that could be a hassle for some people if they try to do that. Or like, you know, if your friend's like, oh, you want to Aston Martin? Cool. Well, these are the different models. I know you said, you know, you don't want to pay a lot for gas. Well, this model, you know, is better on gas compared to the other models. Like that type of encouragement in voice of reasoning versus like, oh, well, you know, the gas is going to be really expensive if you get that type of car or whatever, like to make it seem like don't do it type of thing, if that makes sense. I hope that was a good example. So yeah, that's what I see for you. And you, honestly too, creating great memories for yourself and reflecting on the different versions of yourself. And like, I see you like looking in the mirror one day and just me saying like, we really did this. We really made it happen. And like all the different versions of yourself like behind you, you know, the little version, the teenage version, the young 20-year-old, all of that. And then your second one is what's next in love. I just ended a short karmic relationship. Lesson learned. All right, we got 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. I feel like what they're saying here next in love is kind of representation of, like you said, lesson learned, getting out the karmic situation. Like the 7 of Cups represents this energy of like, okay, now when different options present themselves to you, which one are you going to pick? How locked in are you going to be? Are you going to remember those lessons that you said that were learned, or are you going to choose very similarly as before? Right? So that's something to be mindful of. I think another thing that you want to think about too with the 7 of Cups is like narrowing your focus, right? And not doing too much and jumping to conclusions so fast, so hastily, but more so doing the research, taking your time to kind of observe things and really process it before you make a final decision, right? And I feel like the 7 of Pentacles card, I don't know why, but they're saying that if you didn't end this karmic relationship, you would have probably ended up pregnant by this person, which would have been not a good thing in a sense. Well, not a good thing of being connected with that person, but it could have been a good thing of like having that child. But, you know, just having that connection with somebody that probably was not the best fit to be like a parent that you would co-parent with as well. So you definitely dodged a bullet, so to speak. And then in terms of what else we have for your love life, we have tender touch and judgment. Using your inner knowing and like trusting that feeling, trusting your gut, not always relying on the surface to give you the answer, right? So pleasure can always be something that can cloud our judgment. And so being mindful of that, like, okay, maybe I won't be intimate with a person, you know, in the very beginning of me getting to know them, right? It's not saying like, oh, you have to wait a certain period of time, but more so when you hold out on certain things, you do have a very clear mind, right? Because there's nothing really allowing that can really cloud your judgment in this moment, especially if like sex is not an equation. Because a lot of times sex does cloud a lot of people's judgment, especially if it's like really good or very passionate. People might not think straight for a while because they're like, oh wow, you know, this is awesome, this is what I'm experiencing, but they're missing certain things. So not missing the red flags for surface level things or temporary gain as well. So there is some movement with love life, but more so making sure you don't repeat that again. All right. Up next is Rosalie. All right, Rosalie. Let's do tarot first. Advice about upcoming B-Day vacation from the SGs and ancestors. Happy early birthday. We have the Fool. Ooh, we have Temperance. Ooh, we have the Lovers. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. It seems like this B-Day vacation is going to be well needed, well deserved, just amazing, incredible for you. I love it. I love this Temperance and Lovers card. You might even meet like a cutie on your vacation. I don't get that it's necessarily like the love of your life per se, but you might meet somebody that gets you, that catches your attention, catches your eye, and that's someone that you can, hang out with while you're on vacay, like grab a drink with or go to the club with, whatever, or do like an activity. Let's say they like stay in the same resort as you. It's like, okay, maybe we'll come down at breakfast around 10 a.m. and, grab a bite together, whatever, like something like that could be a vibe that you experience. I feel too, when people know it's your birthday, they're going to be really nice and maybe they'll try to like, give you things like, oh, take a drink on us, or like, drinks on the house. This is comp for you or whatever. I know this might sound corny or cheesy, but like wear something that says it's your birthday. Like if there's a little cute little button you have or like a sash, you don't have to wear it the entire day, but like wear it. I think those things are cute because one, people are going to naturally tell you happy birthday. And then two, it's just like, it lets you be the star even more. And it's going to bring attention to you, of course, but it's good attention. And I feel like Spirit is saying they want you to enjoy some attention on your birthday. And there's a bunch of cute like sashes, and because I've got like buttons I've worn for my birthday, like really cute buttons and stuff. And I love it. And even I just like saw someone earlier this week, they had like a happy birthday headband. So you can be creative with whatever you want to wear. All right. And then the second question is, been feeling AJL's energy heavy since NY started. If it's him, what messages does he have for me? Let's see. We have the Moon, and then we have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Star. I don't think you said you've been feeling it at night or like at the crack of dawn, but the energy is very heavy at night is something that I'm picking up, and like early morning, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. type of thing. But I feel like I'm hearing them say in secret. It's like they don't want to expose too much of like what they're thinking, what they're feeling, but there's definitely the feeling of like intimacy, desiring that, like your body and like loving you is something that I'm hearing them say. For some reason they want to keep it quiet. They don't want to like express it too deeply, too much. And it's also fun too of like how I'm saying it's also fun at how when I made these cards, but I'm like, it's so cool how there's the moon and the star in this one, and it's the moon card, and then in the star card there's the moon and the star. I intentionally did that, of course, but I just love how both of you are mirroring each other basically, but just in different ways. So they might be sitting on I really want to be intimate with her, and you're feeling the intimacy urge from this, right? Or like you could be, wow, I really want to, I don't know, like this is just random, but like, oh, I really want some key lime pie. And then that person starts feeling the sensation of like wanting the desire of key lime pie. Like you're mirroring each other's desires, basically. That's what they're saying. All right, let's get some love messages from this person. I'm going to get some intimate notes since we're talking about intimacy. All right, we have, I promise that you will want plenty more and there will be more to give. Number 15, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I get so horny thinking about what I want to do to you. Number 26, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I want you to see the stars when we make love. And we did get the star card. Number 49, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have the fire we make can light up the world. Number 43, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I want to drown in your love. Number 52, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Meet me in the bedroom. Number 54, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I want you to suck on it. Number 22, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then I want to grab it. I want it in the palm of my hands. Number 7, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so those are the love messages. And then let's do your pendulum and we'll be done. All right, put that back over there. All right, pendulum, will this be my last year at my job? 1 second. All right, will this be the last year that Rosalie will be at her job? Will this be the last year Rosalie will be at her job? You got a yes? Yes, it is. All right. Well, that is what I have for you, my dear. I hope you enjoyed. Alrighty. Up next is Jaded Kate. You're up next. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Alrighty. Channel love messages and then love notes from Rupert. All right. So let's do the love notes first. All right. Jada Kate, you have been with me for years. All right, Jada Kate. Love messages from your person. We have thank you for helping me find my voice. We have you feel like home. You are my family. I am emotionally fulfilled and that makes me better for you. Give me more time, baby. I'm becoming my best self. I love your sense of humor. No one makes me laugh the way you do. I'm ready now. Let's make magic. Wear something edible the next time we're alone. Spicy. You are my sweetheart. That's sweet. With you by my side, I feel unstoppable. I did not mean to pull so many, but we'll take them. We have, I may not always have the right words, but I always look at you with loving eyes. Our friendship makes this connection solid. Let's do something fun soon. I love that. All right, so these are your love notes from your person, in case you want to take a screenshot. Okay, and then now we will channel some messages from your person as well. Okay, so we have Dreaming of You by Selena. Late at night, when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too, because I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. So your person wants to say to you that I'm hearing them say you are a song that they always want to hear play. They will never get tired of your voice, of your love. It's like you're their favorite record that they can play every day, all day long, and will never get tired of it. I'm hearing them say, I'll spend the rest of my life sharing my love in song, in dreams, and messages to you. So you always know how much I love you. It's so interesting. I see you all as an elderly couple, and I see you all painting a coffee mug, like a pottery coffee mug together. It's like they're saying they look forward to doing all the things that couples do when they're in love, and that they will never get tired of you. Hearing them say, I just always want to be around you. Being around you is fun. Being around you is vacation to me. I'm hearing them say that they appreciate your genuality, your authenticity, and your killer rocker vibe, whatever that means. I'm hearing them say your darkness is actually a beacon of light. And they love you just the way you are, is what I'm hearing them say. I love that. That was nice. That was really nice. I'm still thinking about that killer rock vibe, rock style vibe. Hopefully you know what that means. But that is what I have for you, my dear. I know, it was beautiful. I really like it. Ooh, he plays the bass. Well, there we go. That's where that rock star vibe is coming from. He's your rock star and you're his rock star. Alrighty. Up next is Red Nappy Summer. Okay, what is the outcome of this officer situation for me? It was FW did the ammonia jar. All right, let's see. We have Sagittarius, the explorer, adventurous, distant places, free spirit, clever, travel, philosophy, bold, blunt, impatient, argumentative, independent, ruler of ninth house. I'm going to get one more. We have trine, harmony, opportunities, luck, flow, beneficial, reward, synchronicity, good vibes, ease, positivity, supportive, expansion, overindulgent, and complacent. So I feel like what they're saying here is that, well, one, the luck, the odds will, be in your favor. It's just more so like you did the ammonia jar. Don't be impatient about it because you haven't seen the results yet, or like you're on edge. Like that is going to reverse the reverse of everything basically. So like obviously when it's when you first put the stuff in there, it's your current position, current experience. When you flip it over, do the thing, it reverses it. But then if you're anxious, nervous, impatient, it's going to flip it right back over. So making sure that your energy matches the energy of what your desired result is going to be. So if it's like, you're not charged with anything, or like, the case is dismissed, whatever it is, act as if that's the case, right? And just know it into being, like literally just accept that as the outcome, regardless of how things might be delayed or what you're hearing. Like you literally have to block out that impatient and like that worry, that fear. That's like the big thing here. Let me get a couple tarot cards. Look at that. I was gonna say something about justice, like, well, it would be fun if justice comes out, and look, justice comes out. So balance this. It's literally in your favor. You just have to be confident and know that everything is going to work out for you, and that jar is going to do its thing. Look at that, the bottom of the deck, the magician. Like literally, you did the spiritual work. So now you need to do the 3D work of like being chill, being calm, not sweating it too much, and just waiting for the outcomes to be the best result, right? Like stressing over it is not going to make it any better. It's not going to change it. So why not just be calm and in the space and in the energy of that version of yourself that would have the best results ever, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's what I have for you. And then last but not least is a life of Sundays. Okay. Advice for my meeting at work tomorrow, and then okay. Advice. I don't know why it's not showing me. Let me open my email. Okay. Advice for your meeting tomorrow. Let's start with that. We have Aquarius, the diplomat, inventive, original, opinionated, analytical, distant, intellectual, humanitarian, friendly, tolerant, outgoing, ruler of 11th house. And then 9th house, learning, philosophy, publishing, writing, discovery, law, exploring, travel, ethics, foreign countries, religion, higher education, spirituality, and wisdom. So I feel like whatever meeting you have tomorrow, you need to go in it with this sense of what you're talking about, because you have intellectual and wisdom, and be confident in that. Number one. The next thing that you need to do is go in there with this energy of like lightheartedness, not necessarily like be like friendly, but more so you just have this warmth about yourself, regardless of the type of meeting it is, right? Because it's going to be beneficial for you after the meeting, of course during the meeting, but after the meeting as well too. So let's say you're like going in for negotiation for like your performance review, right? If you go in there You talk the stuff that you know. You come in there like, I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And you're friendly, you're warm about it. But you're also like, this opinionated is giving me more so like, I know that I do this job well, therefore I know I deserve a raise type of thing. And you stand 10 toes down on it. You don't budge. Right? You don't like, okay, I'll settle for a pizza party. It's like, no, I want my money, basically. But you do it in a way that's pleasant, that's likable, that's, approachable. Because then, too, it gives you this upper hand in a sense, too. Because then it's like they won't see anything coming if you were to decide, like, you know what, I'm going to start applying to other jobs. And then you get another job 3 weeks later after that meeting. Right? So it's kind of like play it smoothly, play it well, come in there with, with your evidence, with your support, with your resources, all of that. Like, be prepared is what I'm hearing them say too. Sorry about that if that was too loud for you guys. All right, and then the next one, is there anything that any of my deceased loved ones would like to say to me? We got the 10th house, VIP access status, public image, reputation, career, long-term goals, fame, recognition, ambition, respect, achievement, honors, success, potential, and authority. We have 9th house again. I won't reread that one, but just learning. We have Scorpio, the enigma, intense, strategic, secretive, sexual, enticing, extreme, powerful, passionate, manipulative, competitive, possessive, ruler of 8th house. So in terms of the messages your deceased loved ones have for you, number one, they want you to step into your power and understand that you need to be in the limelight. You need to be the center of attention. Even if you don't like being the center of attention, you need to be that. And it's not saying you're desperately asking for it. It's more so showing up as the main character when you walk into a space, when you walk into a room, when you walk into a meeting. Like, this level of confidence and aura that you have about yourself, it shows, and it dominates the room. It demands attention, naturally. And they're wanting you to step into that power a little bit more. I also see too, they're saying whatever concert you want to go to this year, get some nice tickets. Don't settle for the cheap seats. Get the nice ones. If you want to be on the floor, be on the floor. If you want to do a VIP access thing, do it. But they're telling you to stop being frugal on certain things when it comes to yourself, especially if you don't do it often. So, like, for example, if you don't go to concerts every 3 weeks, every 3 months, and the last concert you've been to was like 5 years ago, why not treat yourself to the full experience for this concert, especially if it's an artist that you love, that you really want to see? I'm hearing them say, like, don't be afraid to splurge on yourself a little bit more. It's okay. Like, you're not going to go into poverty if you were to do it. It's not saying like, oh, buy up the rack every time you go out, but more so treat yourself every now and then. It's okay. Your guides, your ancestors, they want you to take the time to do more family research, more family history, deep diving, learning more about, where you come from, the background, ethnicities, cultures, all of that. Even, let's say you did the ancestry DNA test and you found out that you were 5%, I don't know, you had like 5% ancestry from Trinidad. Claim that Trinidad ancestry, research Trinidad, learn about the culture, the food, all of that. And be proud of it. Even if it's 1% of something, be proud of it on every part of your makeup, because it is a part of you. It is a part of your culture, your ancestors, and it tells a story. And it could be a beautiful story if you take the time to like research some of the history of a culture as well too. So that's something I'm hearing them say. And then the last thing that I'm hearing them say is to own your sensuality and your sexuality more, but in more of an empowering way. Don't just give it away because you feel sexy or you're, horny, but more so when you're intimate with somebody, really lock in on it, own it, be in control of like your femininity and just like your presence, but not like in you know a manipulative way, but more so like I'm letting myself enjoy this, I'm letting myself have fun type of thing. So that's what I have for that. Let's do your pendulum, and then we'll do the mini love notes or love reading. I think it's mini love notes, something like that. And then we'll do a couple of letters. Okay. Will you be hired for a new position at my current place of employment? Oh, could that be the meeting that you were talking about? See, I didn't even read that yet. Okay. Will you be hired for this position at your company? I don't think they want to answer it. So, to be determined. I guess you'll find out tomorrow. Or if that's the meeting, you'll find out soon what the answer is to that. And then a mini love reading. And then we'll do your letters. And we'll be done. All right. Mini love reading. Ooh, we have the bride and we have the past. And then we have endings and beginnings. Very interesting. They match each other very well. I feel like what Spirit is saying here in terms of your love reading is to not let your past beat you to the altar, to not let your past beat you to get too close to where you're almost at your goal, and then it shows up, right? So let's say this is a wild example, but let's say someone, you see it in the movie sometimes. Let's say someone wants to get married. They meet the quote unquote the love of their life. They're like, oh my gosh, you're the love of my life. Let's be together. Boom, boom. Propose, get to the altar, almost get to the point where they say I do. Some random person shows up and say, actually, they're still married to me. Plot twist. The divorce was never official, finalized, blah, 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 So it's like making sure you have all your ducks in a row before you commit to a final thing or get so close to it to where it's like, damn, I'm gonna have to start back over, or like there's some more things I'm gonna have to work through and work on to get to that end goal. I feel like too, what this is saying is that, you control the lovers that come into your life. You control your love life. And because you control it, you see all that is coming your way. Nothing is ever really a surprise, I feel, because we're always given signs. We're always, there's never like, we know everything, basically. All the answers are within us, but also too, Spirit is always talking to us and communicating with us. So even when you meet somebody for the first time, there's still some type of sense of energy that you're going to feel, or that you can pick up before you even meet that person. Or like as you're getting to know them, you're going to start sensing things. So it's like you're never not in the know. You're always in the know, right? There's never too much unknown when it comes to like, our life. We might feel like it because we don't necessarily see everything from point A to point Z, but it's like we basically have all the puzzle pieces. We just have to put the puzzle together, and once we put the puzzle together, then we can see all the answers. But more so, it's like, okay, where does this take me? Where does this go? Type of thing. And I feel like with your love life, it's all about you deciding what are you letting go of and what are you welcoming in. And you make that ultimate decision. That's what's going to come your way. And it's like then you can finally, I don't want to say beat the past, but like more so keep the past in its place, right? The past exists for a reason, but it's not meant to be in our future. It's not meant to be in our present. So like being aware of that and doing that work ahead of time will be helpful. All right. And then let's do your letters. let's see what we have. It's always funny when I see like a lot of letters of the same letters. I'm like, how are we gonna make words? We have like 5,000 E's. Okay. And there was another E. Let's just make a little bank of letters. Oh, interesting. The first word I see or have is save, and then I heard save room for my love. And it made me think of the song by John Legend. If you're not familiar with it, listen to it, read the lyrics. We have 4. The next 4 months for you, I'm hearing, are going to be life-changing, and it's definitely going to put you out your comfort zone. So get ready for it. Life-changing in a good way. Pushing you out your limits. That's what I'm hearing. I'm saying we have so many E's. My goodness. Okay. I've never done it this way, but there's so many of the same letters, but they want me to keep them all. So clearly there's a reason. We have goat. Go into your meeting tomorrow as the goat. Go into anything as the goat. Know what you know. Be confident. Be bold. And just, I'm hearing Spirit say, talk your shit. Do that. Talk your shit. I also hear them say tic-tac-toe. As well. Tic-tac. And then toe. I'll just use this one. I'm hearing them say strategy. Just with that, just strategy. All right, we have ice. They are saying soften up your heart chakra. It's been a little cold, guarded. Soften it up a little bit. I'm also hearing Spirit say seize the moment. Seize the moment. We have fee. If there's a fee that you get charged or someone trying to make you pay, see if you can get it waived. See if you can get that fee waived. We have tie. You might be going to a fun networking event. Folks are in like suit and tie, very formal type of vibe, business attire, and you might meet some great people at this networking event that can connect you to future job opportunities, or to just like, get your name out there, learn a little bit more about different industries, different sectors. It's something that I'm hearing Spirit say as well. Okay. All right. So that is what I have for the letters. So yeah, that's what I got for you, boo. These are the leftover ones. Spirit didn't really have anything to share with these or do anything else with them. So, yep, they said C. So, yes, if you got a question, the answer is yes. But yeah, that is what I have for you, my love. I hope that resonated with you and that you enjoyed your reading. But alrighty, folks. This concludes our first live of the year. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed the reading. And I will be back. I promise. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great night. And as always, if you ever want to read it with me and I'm not on a live, you feel free to just email me. And I'm more than happy to complete your reading offline. But all right. I hope everybody has a good one. I'll be back soon. Love you all. Bye.